I was 11 years old, my mom got locked up on 17 different charges.
Oh,
My mom dropped me off at their house and said she'll be back. I'll be back. She dropped me off on a Friday, said she'll be back Sunday to pick me up. I haven't seen her since.
Wow.
To this day.
To this day.
Wow.
Wow.
To this day. She turned herself in and did her bid in jail.
Wow.
So it's
But she eventually got out, right?
yeah, she's out now, and we're trying
Yeah.
to get her feet good and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dang.
Wow, man. And then what about your dad?
My dad, same. Dad got double life, so he's gone.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Double life.
that woman over there, like, she played a big part in helping me see the future.
Right.
Because
right.
back then it was like, oh my God, I just hope the future is better than what it is.
Yeah, because you said I was
Yeah.
11 years
At
old.
11 years old.
Yeah, man, that's
Yep,
extremely
11 years old.
Now, is she related to you or just family friend, or what's the connection? How did it come to
So
be?
she's really my cousin,
Okay.
but that's my sister.
Gotcha,
So her
gotcha.
mom is the one who took me in and is really my aunt, but I don't go by that aunt. I don't go by that cousin. The day that I moved in, no, you're my brother. Her mom, no, you're my son. And that's what we're sticking to, and it's going to be like that for the rest of life.
And this was in what area is this in again?
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Okay.
Baltimore City.
Okay, be more. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
something.
okay, so that happens to you at 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then at what age would you say you started playing basketball?
I mean, I always was an athlete, just growing up, because, when the era that we come in, you went outside and you played any sport that was going on. If it was football, if it was baseball, if it was hopscotch, if you wanted to just race, whatever. So me, I was very competitive, and I just always wanted to be one of the best at anything that I did. So at that age, I actually was a football player. Like, no one really knows this because everyone down here in Florida knows me for basketball. Basketball is not even my first love.
Okay.
Football is my first love. So I was an All-American in football, and that's the sport that everybody in Baltimore still talk about me to this
DB?
day. DB, kickoff return, punt return, slot back, quarterback, whatever you name, I just wanted that ball.
That's almost like AI.
Yeah. That's what I envisioned.
Was football first, and really loved that game, and
Loved
then
it, yep.
basketball kind of became the thing that went further for him.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're playing all the sports. You're living with your extended family there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you into the streets, or are you staying in school and playing sports while you're
I
growing up?
mean, my parents, they made sure I was doing my school stuff, but where we grew up at, you had no choice but to be in the streets. So me, I was always that one that was halfway in, halfway out. But then I was a little bit more than halfway in because my parents was making sure that I was in.
Yeah.
So anything that I did that they didn't know, that was the street side, they didn't know. But when I walked through that door, I was a great kid. I went to sleep on time. I listened, made sure I did my homework and all of that. But when I left that house, I had no choice but to be in the streets because everybody that I was with was just gangster.
Right.
And that's just what it was. Even the ones that was halfway in, halfway out, when they left out their house, they was gangster because that's Baltimore City for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I did what I had to do to stay into the sports, but I also had to do what I had to do outside the house to be wanted in the neighborhood because if you was a little punk, like, you was going to get ran out of there. And I wasn't going to be the one to just stay in the house all day, so...
Yeah.
Exactly.
y'all know how it is.
And then what you saying that you have one foot in, one foot out type of thing. The article that I did read, you said it was a quote in there saying that, when as you got older, a lot of the drug dealers, a lot of the the real hardcore gangsters would be like, that's Magic.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see him in the league one day. He's don't bother him or whatever the case may be. Nothing's crazy is going to happen. So you kind of got that safety net around you as well, so you can be halfway as far as in school and sticking to sports and stuff like that.
When did you first kind of feel that there were guys in the neighborhood that were kind of recognizing your talent and that maybe you had something other destiny besides the street?
I feel like God just took control of that because I wasn't the only one that was a good athlete. Like, I felt like everybody in the hood where I was growing up at, we all was great athletes. But my sister over here, like, she's a strong-minded person. So if I was doing anything in the streets, selling drugs, in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, she'll walk up in front of all the drug dealers and let all of them know, like, I'm going to whip every last one of y'all, and I'll pull the blade out on every last one of y'all if y'all allow him to be here. So once the people started saying that, once they start saying that I got better and better and better at football, you know, because it was football at this time.
You're right.
You know, then they started embracing it like, nah, you can't smoke. No, you can't sell drugs. No, look, your sister said you got to be in the house or on your porch when them lights cut off.
Yeah.
So go home.
Get there.
You know, get there right now. So, you know, I would say that was God. God embraced me with the people that I moved in with, and then embraced me to allow these drug dealers to protect me, but still allow me to get out the hood.
Right.
You know, so that was a blessing.
Yeah.
That was definitely a blessing because it doesn't happen. It don't happen to everyone.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people get trapped in the hood.
At what point did the animosity leave of you, or did you have any for your parents? At what point did that kind of dissipate there?
I try not to think about it too much.
Yeah.
Was that sort of your best defense to that, is to just kind of focus on what you're doing and the people that are there for you, and kind of just tone back and not focus on their situation and how that might have impacted you?
Well, because the people who took me in, I was actually scared to go back to my mom. You know, like, I wanted to stay there. I wanted to be there. Like, I was hard-headed. I still had a little bit of hood in me because of everything that I seen with my mom and my dad. But when they say, my aunt, my mom, she was the one that be like, no, you got to stop doing this. You got to stop doing that. And then my sister, she was the type, like, all right, you keep acting like that, we're going to send you right back to your goddamn mom.
Okay.
So that was the stuff that made me say,
Better tighten up.
yeah, this house is pretty nice. The food is really good.
I got some good things going on.
Yeah, I got some good things on. Let me tighten up and, you know, act right, because I don't want to go back with my mom. And it's a lot of people that, it's sad that I say that, but I just really didn't want to go back with my mom.
Yeah.
You know, I was afraid because that was the lifestyle. Like, my mom, like she was crazy. She was crazy. Like, my mom's sister went to jail. My mom's sister went to jail. My mom's sister killed somebody, went to jail. Like, everybody with the last name Dorsey, and my sister over there right now could tell you, if the last name was Dorsey, they all went to jail, or they all got killed, or they was killing somebody.
Right.
I was the first Dorsey to make it out, the first Dorsey to get my degree, and that meant a lot to me. But I had the help by my mom actually dropping me off at the right family.
Yeah.
Because the family is big.
Yeah.
She could have dropped me off with somebody else, but she dropped me off with the right group of people that really helped me change my life.
That's powerful.
It
That's
is.
powerful.
It is. And then you out here breaking generational curses, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So you good?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
go ahead,
All
go
right.
ahead.
So yeah. So you're moving along, and you playing sports, and then, like I said, man, you know, according to this article, you get into the situation.
Yeah.
All right. So just talk about the situation that you get in, and you know, whatever you're willing to share about that.
Yeah, so the situation was, I was with a stupid girl that, once again, I keep saying my sister. The first day that she seen her, she's like, I don't like her. I still remember to this day, it was my 9th grade year, and she was like, no, not this one. I'm telling you, I'm going to have to kill her. So, this was 9th grade, and I didn't get actually locked up until my junior year. So during my junior year, I became the #1 football player in the state.
Oh wow!
So y'all know how to
play football all the way up until
yeah. So y'all know how it is. Like, when you're that guy in high school, all the women try to start throwing their self at you and stuff like that. So I wasn't even dating the girl no more. We had completely stopped dating each other, and she started dating another woman.
Okay.
So when she started dating another woman, she was also dating another guy. And so the dyke girl was jealous of both of me and the guy.
Okay.
So she was coming to tell me that, oh, he said he's going to kill you when he see you. But then she was going to tell him that I was going to kill him when I see him. He was a lot older. He was 4 years out of the army, you know, and things like that. So he was a little bit more about that life than what I was.
And she was a high school girl?
High school. All of this is going on in high school.
Dating a damn
Don't act
retired
brand
Army
new.
veteran.
Kate, that's how it go.
Yeah,
I
this
didn't know
was
she
going
dated R.
on.
Kelly. Damn.
Yeah,
All
so this was going on in high school, and then it just happened that the guy tried to come around my neighborhood to get me with the dyke girl. So they both was actually trying to kill me that night.
They both was together.
They was together, but it got reversed around because the streets where we grew up at, like, it's not, nah. If you're gonna come get me, you better hurry and get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you have like a heads up that they were coming that night or anything, or how
No,
did
so
that
I
go?
was going to Morgan State University, like to play with the college kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I lived across the street, so I would always walk home. And then our neighborhood is like really, really dark. So just growing up in the hood, even though nothing is going on, we all had street smarts. All the OGs, my sister, the family, they taught us street smarts. When you walking home, watch your back. Look to the left, look to the right, look behind you. Don't just walk home.
Right.
Always be aware, because when you get to that front door, somebody can come through the door with you. Now we all in trouble.
Yeah.
So I seen two people walking in front of me, probably like, 10, 15 yards. One was in all black, one was in army fatigue. So instantly the street smarts start kicking on, like, hold up, like, that ain't looking right.
Yeah.
Because if they know that I'm walking behind them, they will look back and speak. They never spoke. So as we walk in, I crossed the street because I just wanted to stay a distance from them. And then right where I got to turn to my house, I didn't see them no more. So I slowed down. And as I got a little bit closer, because I'm thinking like, oh, maybe they just went.
Yeah.
But let me just be careful. And then I was one of the fastest player in the city. So I knew if I got to a distance, they ain't catching me. So I wasn't really worried about nothing. And then back then, it wasn't really guns. It was all knives and shanks and stuff like that. So I didn't have that mindset like, oh, they're going to shoot me.
Yeah, you just had to stay
they're going to
knife
shank me,
distance away.
and I'm not going to put myself in that position. So as I got close to the neighborhood, to where my house at, our house was on the corner. So right when I got to the corner up to my house, the guy in the army fatigue popped out and was like, do you remember me? And start walking up to me. And then the person in all black, I thought was a guy, but it was actually the dyke girl.
Oh, okay.
She started rushing me, but I still didn't know who it was. And when they start rushing me, like, I'm gone. Yeah. And then when I'm gone, like, I didn't got to get too far because the whole neighborhood is out.
Right.
And then everything just went on from there. They told me, don't worry, go home. I got to the house and everything was fine. And next thing you know, we heard gunshots. And my sister's right there. She heard the gunshots with me. But it was just a typical night for us. Oh, you hear gunshots? Thank God everybody that live in this house is in the house. So we just ignoring it.
Yeah.
Next day, the police came, kicked that door down, and my sister's right here. I still remember when it happened. When they kicked the door down, they slammed me. She actually tried to fight the police.
Respect.
And she tried to get off of him. He ain't do nothing, and they had to slam her too. And she fighting right along with me, and everything just went on from there. And then I found out the actual story of what was going on, who said I killed the person, and things like that.
Yeah, that's
How
extremely
long from that night that they come through the door did it take for you to be exonerated?
So the person got killed, let's just say like on a Thursday.
Yeah.
They came and kicked the door down on Friday. So it was a long window. But now we know what's going on. Now I know, like, because the actual girlfriend that was dating the guy and the girl, she's calling the house like, you killed him. So now everything can start making sense. Like, hold up. Like, that was the people that was trying to rob me. So I'm like, oh, wow.
Okay.
Did he just die?